Good morning. Marion, thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to have you on the show as we chat about your area of focus at the community college and really what an impact you make in these students' lives. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
So as we begin, just share with the community how long you've been at the community college and what your role is as coordinator of distance learning.
Well, I've been with Sampson Community College for 7 years, and my current role is coordinator of distance learning, which that means I cover every aspect of our learning management system, which we currently use modular object-oriented dynamic learning environment, which we know as Moodle.
As Moodle, right.
That's what we know it as. The majority of our faculty utilize Moodle. We currently have online, hybrid, web-assisted, and face-to-face courses that are taught through our LMS.
Which is Moodle.
Which is Moodle, yes.
And talk a little bit about hybrid courses.
A hybrid course, a student would need to be not completely proficient with a computer, but they would need to have some computer experience because 49% of the course is in class, but 51% of the course is at a distance. So the instructor would put 51% of the content online, and that student would be responsible for uploading their documents to the instructor off campus.
Well, it gives them a little bit of both. You know, you still have that face-to-face, but then you kind of get to test the waters with some online, and learn it that way, especially before you do a
And a hybrid course is good because it actually gives that student a chance to see, would I be proficient in a complete online environment?
Absolutely.
Where it's asynchronous, I'm not having any contact with my instructor except via email, through the learning management system, sometimes over the phone.
Absolutely. And later we'll talk about some of the tips that you would share with students that wanted to take an online class. But all 58 North Carolina community colleges utilize distance learning.
Yes.
And so explain the overall mission of distance learning within the community college system, and especially specific to Sampson Community College.
Well, our mission, our goal at Sampson Community College is to provide an affordable education to all students. And so where distance learning comes in, we're currently set up through the Southern Regional Education Board. And North Carolina is an accredited state. And so if we had a student that was in Kentucky and needed to take a class with Sampson Community College, they could go through our admissions process. We now have an online new student orientation. So the student is even orientating completely online, receiving a certificate of completion, and then able to complete their admissions and not have to step on our campus, and then enroll in a course and take the course and receive credit.
Yeah, that's great. It's a great option, especially for those busy students that really need a little bit of flexibility with some distance learning classes, and where they work during the day, but they may need to take an online course too.
Yes.
So it gives great flexibility. So how many courses are currently offered through distance learning at Sampson Community College?
Well, I brought some numbers.
Great.
And I'm going to say this data is current, but we had 1,731 students enroll. Of those 1,731 students, 1,164 took online classes.
In any capacity? Is that strictly online or in any capacity? So it could be a hybrid?
Yeah, these are actually online.
Okay. Wow.
Online.
That's quite impressive. Now, is online distance learning, is that available for curriculum and continuing education, or is it strictly curriculum based?
Currently, it's for just curriculum.
Okay.
And they're working on continuing education. They do have a small number of health programs, but it's a very small number.
Great. So we talked about the number that is utilizing distance learning, which is very, very large. But at this point, can students earn a complete associate degree or a certificate through distance learning?
No complete associate degrees, but we do have our community Spanish facilitator and interpreter certification can be obtained completely online. And our education program, our early childhood education and our school age program, you can earn certificates in those programs completely online.
Great. And if a student's listening and they're like, hey, that sounds interesting, you know, for the Spanish interpreter to do only online, working during the day, you know, need to take some flexibility with their classes, how long would that take a student to earn that degree?
Depends on when the courses are offered.
Okay.
I would say I would have them give themselves at least 3 semesters.
Okay. That's an awesome opportunity, though.
Yes, it is.
Definitely. So, as we talked about, you know, some of those tips, because online learning is growing drastically.
Yes.
But, you know, it takes it's a unique perspective as well, because it's not that face-to-face, you know, if you need that one-on-one tutoring. And so talk a little bit about the number one reason on why students utilize distance learning, or some tips that you have for those students that are thinking about distance learning.
Well, as you stated earlier, our students go the online route because of work, hours, child care, and they just have that flexibility. The main thing that I would say before taking an online class is to make sure you have the proper equipment at home, which is you need a good 56K modem, computer, desktop, laptop.
Yeah.
We have faculty that utilize third-party plugins in their courses, such as Turnitin, plagiarism detection. Some use what's called lockdown browser when students take tests at a distance, to keep them from being able to go out,
search the internet,
yeah, right. And just have a good computer that you can download software, have the time available, a lot time, because even though you're taking the course at a distance, you still have to maintain a schedule.
Absolutely.
That's very important. So a lot of time that you can work on your online classes, because your assignments do have deadlines.
Is there a certain amount of time that you like sometimes they say within every 1 hour of face-to-face, you typically might have 3 hours of, outside assignments. Does something apply, a ratio apply to distance learning, or is it relatively the same?
It's relatively the same.
Okay.
And in some cases, you may need to allot more time.
To do all your reading
to
and
do
your
all
lectures.
your reading and your research, because you're not getting that face-to-face lecture.
Yeah. Well, it's a great opportunity, and it's a growing opportunity as well. So for someone that's interested in learning more about distance learning, or learning about the courses that you have to offer, where can they go to explore that information?
They can visit our website,
Okay.
www.sampsoncc.edu, and under our resources tab, they can access distance learning. They can see the courses that we have available each semester. We try to keep an updated course list. And we also have our virtual learning community environment, Wcln.edu, and they can go out and search the courses for Sampson Community College if we have students that are not in our area but are interested in taking courses with us.
That we offer.
They can call the college and ask to speak to Marion Pope,
Okay.
and or they can just go to our admissions office.
Great.
And start there.
Now, Marion, we know at the college, distance learning is a big part of your umbrella, but you also do a lot with password reset, or you assist some with the Academic Success Center. Tell us a little bit about some of the other roles that you play at the college.
Well, my main role, I work closely with faculty, and I do course creation, course preparation, troubleshooting.
Yep.
So one side, people don't really see what's going on behind the scenes. But the other side is my main focus is working closely with faculty. But I do work with students also. If they need help with password resets, students are able to come into the Academic Success Center, make appointments. If they need one-on-one help with our learning management system, which is Moodle, we're glad to help them.
Yep. Speaking of the Academic Success Center, the Academic Success Center provides one-on-one tutoring and peer counseling for students. Are students that are utilizing distance learning classes, can they use the Academic Success Center as a resource?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The Academic Success Center is available to all registered students at Sampson Community College.
So that's still a great resource. Even though you don't have that one-on-one, with your professor, you can still come in and get tutoring one-on-one.
And the tutoring is, you just come in, you make an appointment, sign up, and then a tutor is assigned to you, and you stay with that assigned tutor for the entire semester.
Great. And then you can build that relationship.
Yes.
Well, great. Well, as we start to close, first off, thank you again for being here. But what are the next steps that you envision for distance learning?
Our next step is to begin to have complete online programs. That's our next step in our vision, so students can earn an associate's degree from a distance.
Great. And Marion, just one more time, we encourage everybody that's interested in distance learning to go online at sampsoncc.edu or call the school, and they can talk to admissions as well about getting enrolled in some of those programs. And our number is 592 I went blank rope for a second. 592-8081. Is there anything else you would like to share with the community as we close? Okay. Well, thank you again for being here. We really appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
All right.